Hey, what's up guys? I hope that you are as excited as I am because today we are going to have a look at a flashlight that I was looking at for a long time before I decided to get one. It's the world's brightest flashlight at the moment that you can buy off the shelf. It's the IMALENT MS18 with breathtaking 100,000 lumens, as you can see indicated on the box. This is pretty much as big as of a light I can review in my small video studio because otherwise I don't have enough space anymore. As you can see, the box does not fit inside the image if I turn it around. The flashlight comes in a cardboard box, which is nice to look at, but not pretty handy during actual use. So I would prefer that if you buy a flashlight in this price range, that they would include a Paley case or aluminium box like we used to know it from Olight with the SR models back in the time. But yeah, I did not bought this light because of the box, but because of what's inside. So as you can see, you have the shoulder strap, because the light is quite heavy and big, so for long tours you want to put the shoulder strap on to hang it over your shoulder. You have the user manual in different languages. English and German are on it, I think also French, so the most important stuff is already in this manual. Then we have some spare O-rings, which I'm not going to take out of the box. We have the flashlight and we have the charger, because I bought the flashlight in the UK Amazon shop. I got the UK plug, but I got a converter, so that's no problem. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. So I've taken the camera a bit closer so that you can better see the flashlight. In the inside of the box there was a little yellow sticker which indicated that before the first use we should take off the battery protection here in the inside. So that's this little plate. Before that we can also have already a look inside the head. We'll make a bit of light here. So here we can have a look at the inside of the head. The threads are really well looped, maybe even a bit too much, because when the light is running it gets really hot and the loop melts or gets liquid and can block the contacts. So I will take off a bit of loop here. And as you also can see, the threads are a bit de-anodized, so that does not really speak for the anodizing, but for this flashlight it is not important because the contacts are here the brass surfaces, so it's not really important if the thread is anodized or not. So I reassembled the flashlight. Next thing we are going to do is to peel off the lens protective film, which I had been waiting for to show you in the video, and now you have a really nice view on those 18 massive LEDs. Before our first use I want to charge the battery completely, so therefore we need to unscrew this cover at the tail cap. As you can see, is engraved, in my case with a W at the end, because I choose the warm white version. That's also already a big advantage for this light, because lots of lights still are only available in cool white, and I personally prefer warm, so that's really nice. So to charge up the light you just need to plug in the charger, and then the two LEDs are lighting up in red, and as soon as the flashlight is fully charged, it will switch to green. So we'll wait until that and then we're going to continue. So hey guys, I turned the lights off so that you better can see how this looks like once the battery is fully charged. So everything is green. It took about an hour now to fully charge it, and I'm going to check the voltage of the battery pack now. So what I did not tell you is that differently to the MS12, the previous model of this one, you can now use the light also while charging. You just need to know that the light draws more juice from the battery than the charger can put back in. So some time it will be completely empty because it just needs too much energy to put out all these lumens. So now to check the battery voltage. I hope you can see something on the display. I will put out one of the lights. So now you can see if you put the light on, it will switch between the mode and the voltage. So normally they say that you should give it about 10 to 20 seconds after turning it on, because the head and the battery are two different systems, so they need to adjust each other. And so now you see that it has 16.5 volts, which means the battery is full. Once it reaches 11.6 volts, the battery indication will blink, and it means that you need to charge up the battery again. So after we checked if the battery is fully charged, I'd say we take a look at the different specs of the light. So we'll start with the different output modes. So you need to know that I was not able to check if the 100,000 lumen mode is accurate or no, but I already watched lots of reviews over it, and most people say that in the first seconds it nearly reaches 100,000 lumens, and then it drops quite fast to around 70,000 lumens, which is still brighter than all the other lights out there. So the second mode is indicated with 60,000 lumens. In both modes the light is able to maintain the output for about 60 to 70 seconds. Then we have the 30,000 lumen mode, which is available for about 4 minutes, 22,000 lumens for 67 minutes. This one I was able to check because my Ulbricht ball is able to check lumens till 20,000 lumen, and it indicated 20,000. The 10,000 lumen mode is also accurate, 5,000 as well, 2,000 as well, and 700 my Ulbricht ball indicated 1,200. So I always need to keep in mind that my Ulbricht ball is not a professional one. One thing I don't like about all these modes is that there is not a less brighter mode than 700 lumens. I would have preferred that it also would have had lower levels, and you always need to cycle through all the modes to reach the mode you want. It has memory, but for example, if you stop in the 22,000 lumen mode, once you switch the light off and you want to switch it on again, it will automatically start in the 22,000 lumen mode. And if you want to get to the 700 lumen mode, you need to cycle through 30,000 and 60,000 lumens to reach the level that you want. So here I think other brands have better user interfaces. This one is not complicated, but yeah, I think they could improve that a little bit. Then we have the maximum beam distance, which will be 1 kilometer and 350 meters. As always, I will put the technical specifications also below my video, so you can read them if you have the need to. The peak beam intensity is 458,000. It's impact resistant to 1.5 meters, although due to the weight of 2 kilos I would try to not let it fall, because I think that the risk is quite high that you damage something. It is waterproof to the standard of EP56, so it's not waterproof to be submerged. You can use it in light rain, but I would not try to get it too wet, because you risk to damage the light as well. Yeah, then we are nearly through. We can see that there are 18 XHP 70.2 LEDs, which will provide a lot of lumens and a lot of heat, as you can see. And yeah, because of the heat we have 2 separate fans, one that sucks the air in and one that sucks the air out, so you have a really nice flow of air going through the light to cool it down, because it gets hot really fast. So for the dimensions of this big boy, you can see it's also written down in the description. The overall length is 26.5 centimeters. The head diameter is 12.9 centimeters, and the body diameter is 5.9 centimeters. In total it weighs 1.9 kilograms, so it's really heavy. As I already told before, you want to attach the strap. I will show you how this looks like. So the strap attaches to this attachment point over here, and then you have the attachment points on the tail cap that you screw over the charging port. And there you can see, like this, it hangs sturdy and you can put it around your shoulder, and that's really to recommend with this light, because after a few minutes you will see that 2 kilos of flashlight in a hand is quite heavy for longer walks. So I say this is about it for the technical specifications. We can now check the different output modes and functions of the light. I don't know if you see this, but sometimes, depending on how the flashlight is laying, you can see there's a small, like a pipe. That's what they call a heat pipe, that's filled with some cooling liquid to intensify the cooling process, so that the light will dissipate the heat even faster, because it's really impressive how much heat this flashlight generates. So before we start with the user interface, I wanted to show you that on the tail cap there's more information about the battery. So it's a battery pack that consists out of 8 21700 batteries, which will generate 92.2 watt hours to deliver this baby with energy. So the switch has a nice feel. For me it could be a bit stronger, because accidentally you can turn the light on by touching it, but if you give it a 5-time click, it will automatically lock. So now you can see there's a lock on the display, and also with 5 clicks you can unlock the flashlight. So now you see the lock will open, and then you are in the active lighting mode. So now to cycle through the different modes, you just need to keep the button pushed, and then it will cycle through. Like now we are at the 10,000 lumen mode. Short press to switch off, and now the memory function is active, so the light will automatically start in the 10,000 lumen mode. As told before, there are cooling fans. These will only activate at the 22,000 lumen mode, so in the lower levels they are not being needed. The temperature control kicks in if the light reaches 70 degrees, so we'll start to check this now. So now we are in the 22 mode. You can already hear the fans. It's somehow annoying. On the other side, it's impossible to get such a compact light with that much power without active cooling. So I'm going to ramp up to get the light hotter fast. Now if I want to reach the turbo mode with 100,000 lumens, I need to double click, and it is really bright. And if you want to access strobe, you need to double click if you're in the turbo mode, and the strobe is just fucking with your mind. I've never seen such a badass strobe. It's crazy. So we'll let it run a bit on 60,000 lumens, and as you can see now the temperature control kicks in, so it goes really fast. And if the light reaches 110 degrees, which is really hot, then it will dim down so that the electronics will not overheat. A cool feature is now if you want the light to cool off faster, you can give it 4 fast clicks, and then you can activate the fan in the off state to cool the light down. And then there's another feature if you want to find the button better in the dark. In off state, push the button for like 2 seconds, and then there's a small LED above the switch that ignites. I will turn off the lights and you will see this better. So that's a cool feature, and you also turn it off with the same control. So now I accidentally turned it on with a double click to turbo. So as you can see, the clicky could be a bit stronger to not accidentally blind yourself. If you forget to turn this button lighting off, it will automatically shut off after 3 hours, so there's no problem if you forget it. I will show you now 2 other lights I have for small size comparison, which are also really big lights, and then I'd say we take it outdoors to the wood to see how much lumen it really delivers. So as you can see, it's not my biggest flashlight, but yet the most powerful. I have the BLF GT from Lumen Top, which is even bigger, but yeah, it has a huge amount of throw, but not as many lumens, but it's also really big and unhandy. And then one of my all-time favorite lights, the Olight SR90 Intimidator, which I used in a lot of my mining exploring expeditions. I really like this one, but I don't use it anymore as there are so much compactor lights with lots of lumen, so I don't need to carry around 2 kilos of flashlight anymore. Yeah, okay, then I say we take those 3 outdoors, and then you can really see how much light this monster produces. Hey guys, we're outdoors now. I choose a very special location today. This is an open mining pit which was used to excavate iron ore to feed the blast furnaces here in the city. I prepared already all the lights. So I also took the MS18, which was the brightest light before I got the IMALENT. It has 18,000 lumens, so I will put the phone on the tripod and then we will do a comparison of all those lights. So I want to start with my Lupine Alpha, which is the brightest headlight I have. It has 7,200 lumens. As you can see, the other side of the pit is about 150 meters away. This light produces a very nice beam, and you get already a lot of distance, as you can see. I will now take the Olight SR90. This light has a bigger spot, as you can see. It's a spotlight, no floodlight. It illuminates quite well, but only in the beam and not the whole mining pit, as I would like to show you. Now we have the newer Lumentop GT, which also produces about 2000 lumens like the Olight SR90. This one has a brighter spot because the LED is much smaller. So it's also a really nice searchlight, but it also does not illuminate the entire pit. Now we have the MS18. I will activate the turbo mode. You can see it's already quite impressive with 18,000 lumens for a really small and compact light, but however it is nothing compared to the IMALENT. Now we have the IMALENT MS18 on the 700 lumen mode. You cannot see much, just a bit in front if I light up here the trees. Now we have the second mode with 2000 lumen. It's already a bit brighter. 5000 lumen, you can start seeing the other side. 10,000 lumen. Due to the big reflector, it has much more throwing distance than the IMALENT. Now we have the 22,000 lumen mode. As you can see, it puts already out a huge amount of light. 30,000 lumen. The active cooling kicks in. 60,000 lumen. Unfortunately, it's getting a bit foggy, but you can see every detail also in the valley. And now we have the 100,000 lumen mode. I will show you a bit around. So it's really impressive. I hope you like this comparison and you get an idea of how bright it really is. For me, this light is really nice because it is so powerful. However, I have some points that I would do different in a newer version. I always prefer if you can change the batteries, so no built-in battery pack. I know lots of people like it, but I prefer to choose my own batteries, which I put inside of the flashlight. I also don't like that the flashlight has the built-in memory, because in this light, if you put the light out in the 60,000 lumen mode, it will always start in that mode again, so you will be blind if you don't need that much light. So it would be better if you can either cycle up or down, or if you could have an instant access to the lower modes. So that's something that they could do different. And then what I also don't like that much is that you always have to cycle through all the modes. So I really would prefer that there would be a more intelligent user interface with a long push to activate low, with a double click like they did to activate turbo, or with other features or 2 buttons to go up or down. Then the built-in cooling fan is necessary, but it is annoying, as you hear. It is quite loud, but I think they could not build a light this bright without active cooling. The last point I don't like that much about the light is that unfortunately they don't reach the indicated 100,000 lumens. It would be cool if at least for the first minute this level would be reached. For the rest, I'm really happy with this light. It's a dream of every flashaholic to have the brightest flashlight in the world. So that's a cool point, and I like the build quality and of course the fun if you use it. It's just incredible. You can also check my Instagram account to see some of the pictures we will be taking now downstairs in the pit. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed it reviewing this flashlight, because it's really nice to have that much light in the palm of your hands. If you liked it, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a follow on my account. Like always, if you have questions, don't hesitate and put them in the comment section. I will give my best to answer them all. I hope to see you soon on my channel for future interesting flashlight reviews. So stay tuned. Bye bye.